Hi guys, I wanted to review how to cite textual evidence with you. This is something you're going to be doing all year. It is something that you will be doing in your future classes. So this is something that you want to make sure that you are getting a good practice doing. There's a couple ways to do it. We encourage MLA citation. As you get older and go into different classes. Some college degrees ask for different citations, but MLA is what we work with. So there's different ways to do that. Now you can pull a piece of text from like a quote from anything. And you just have to make sure that you cite it properly or else it is called plagiarism. Okay. So here's a few different ways to cite a different quote. I chose the story Wonder. And so there's this one quote at the very end, and there's a couple different ways to cite it. So the very first one, here's the quote. If every single person in this room made it a rule that wherever you are, wherever you can, you will try to act a little kinder than is necessary, the world really would be a better place. And if you notice right here, I did not put a period. I ended the quote with quotation marks. Then I put a parentheses, put the author's last name, that is the author of Wonder, and then 301, that's the page number. I closed the parentheses and then I put a period. So if you're responding to a piece of like a question and it says use textual evidence to support your explanation, you would say the theme of Wonder is to treat everyone to be kindly. This can be seen near the end of the story. And then you would put this in here. And then typically after you have evidence, you would explain it. So you would say the teacher said that in the story, and it's important to know that these characters learn to treat each other kindly, and that is the lesson that we're supposed to learn. Okay. Here's a couple other ways to cite it. You could also start by saying the page number and just embed it, and that way you don't have to deal with parentheses. You could say on page 301, Mr. Tushman said. Now he's the character. He's the principal of the school. On page 301, Mr. Tushman said, and then I put the quote. Now, if you were reading something that's nonfiction and you didn't necessarily have the character there, that's where you would put the author. So you would say in paragraph 4, Tarshis says, or Lauren Tarshis, or whoever the author is, or Smith. Okay. So you can use on page, whatever page number, or you could say in paragraph, and then whatever paragraph number. And then the last one, kind of a mixture of the two. So the character Mr. Tushman said, or the author so-and-so said, and then at the very end, if you notice, there's no period yet, but you put your ending quotation marks, and then in parentheses right after that, before your period, you put your page number. Okay, so there's a couple different ways to cite evidence, but you need to make sure that you cite it properly. Those quotation marks are critical. Page and paragraph numbers are critical. Giving credit to who said it is super important, so that way you don't plagiarize. You don't want to take credit for somebody else's work that's not yours. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask us. But this is a little citing textual evidence video. Thanks.